employers take note. According to one survey, almost all workers are always hunting for a new job, with nearly 2 in 3 workers looking for another job within the first 3 months of starting. According to new data from Fidelity Investments, this job wanderlust is especially true for millennials. Here to tell us more about what this all means is Marketwatch's Catey Hill. Katie, great to see you.
You too.
So reading your piece and looking at the report, it seems to me to suggest that nowadays workers, especially millennials, want work-life balance to be their #1 priority.
No, that's absolutely right. This Fidelity survey showed that 60% of nearly 60% want work-life balance over money.
Right.
So you think everyone's just going for the money, but really people are saying, and by the way, this is true of other generations too, they're saying, no, we want work-life balance. We want the quality of the work we do, what we do at work. That's more important than money these days.
So do you think that to these millennials, the actual work quality or work-life balance is more important than the actual work they are doing?
I think they're both important, is what they're saying. So it's important because it kind of all ties in. Like work-life balance matters, but what they do all day matters to them too. Right. But what all that is showing is that really we used to think salary #1. Employers used to say, well, I'm just going to throw money at them, give them more money, that'll make them happier. And really it's all these other things that are doing it.
But money has something to do with it, right?
Yes.
Where does it factor in the quality control?
Different surveys show different things, but usually money is not #1. So usually it is something like the quality of what you do. Sometimes it's your coworkers. But what you spend your time doing every day. Usually money is #3, #4 down on those surveys. I mean, of course, right, if you're in your first job and you're making absolutely nothing, it matters a lot. But for a lot of us, especially mid-career professionals, you know, we're making a decent living, then it starts to really matter, this work-life balance and all this other stuff, a lot more.
And what are other things that workers point to that say, hey, this is the reason I'm leaving?
A lot of things. Sometimes co-workers and management is a big one. So the people you're with, because you're with these people more than your spouse or your kids sometimes, you know?
So true.
And it's like, that's so depressing. But like, if they're awful, you just want out, you know? I know you're like, oh, that is
family.
true.
You spend more time with your work family than your home family.
That's a big thing that people say, get me out of here. I can't stand this anymore.
So what about the ability to move up in your job, though? Is that important to
Also very important. A lot of people feel very thwarted in their career ladder, and they get out. They say, no way. So yeah, you look at this, and I think a lot of employers think, oh, money, that's what matters. That's what I can control. But they can control all of these other things that really, to a lot of people, are more important than what they're getting paid.
And if all workers everywhere are kind of always looking for the next job.
No one's satisfied here.
No one's satisfied. What's the takeaway then for employers who really want to retain talented workers?
It's so interesting, right? It used to be like 30 years ago, you just stayed in your same job for 25 years. Employers really have to shift their thinking. People are not staying put as much as they were. And I think you have to focus. I mean, money matters. Look, it just does. But you have to focus on, and not just giving snacks to people and pretending like that's, you know, quality of your work environment, but doing everything, making sure that people can be home in time to see their kids, working on work-life balance and working on the environment. And I mean, maybe, you know, and not everyone loves an open floor plan, and things like that, you know, but really talking to your employees and asking them what they want is, I think, the key here.
Making the work environment attractive.
Yeah.
All right, Catey Hill, thank you so much for that.